Tesla's CEO Elon Musk says he won't take the company private after hearing from shareholders. That is one uncertainty that's been cleared up, but the company has other challenges like making a profit.
And tonight, News 4's Luke Moretti continues looking at the future of the car and energy company, especially Solar City right here in Buffalo.
There it sits, the giant Solar City factory in South Buffalo.
The vast majority of the facility is not being used.
State Assemblyman Ray Walter had a chance to see the facility from the inside.
When we're looking at where is Tesla's focus, it is not on the solar business right now. It's clearly on the car side.
State Assemblyman Sean Ryan also got a tour of the factory.
We're all optimistic. We all want this to work. But we really want Tesla to really put their shoulder into this factory.
There's a lot on the line. A $750 million state subsidy package for the building and equipment. In exchange, Tesla hits job creation targets over the next several years. 1,400 plus jobs in Buffalo by April 2020 and 5,000 workers in the state after 10 years. If those targets aren't met, the state can hit Tesla with liquidated damages. Sound like a good deal?
This was a bad idea from the start.
E.J. McMahon is with the Empire Center for Public Policy in Albany. He thinks there are better ways to spend taxpayer money.
If we're going to go borrow $750 million for some capital purpose, it should be for things like roads and bridges. Not for a factory, for some profit-making or hope-to-be profit-making company.
With so much public money at stake, there are also questions about transparency.
The transparency to date has still been kind of tough to get more information about what's going on at Solar City.
Stephen Elwell is vice president of Level Financial Advisors in Amherst. He says the car side of the company is the bread and butter, and that Solar City is an afterthought.
And that can make us a little uncomfortable given the amount of money that was put into the factory that they're building here.
Tesla has said that it plans to ramp production more toward the end of 2018 and that it's working hard to simplify the production and installation process. Empire State Development, the state agency overseeing the project, says more than 600 people have been hired and that Tesla is in compliance with its promised milestones and financial commitments.
Anybody should be able to go on to the state website, type in, whatever project they want, and find out all the information that's available to them.
But if you check the project status on the state's Buffalo Billion website, you get 3 sentences, including this: hundreds of people are on the job at the plant.
When you basically agree to hand the keys to a $750 million factory to a publicly traded private company, why would you expect complete transparency?
Do you worry about transparency in terms of knowing, or the public knowing, with this huge investment, what's going on over there?
Yeah, I do worry about transparency, and it seems the company as a whole has a real model of secrecy. I invite Tesla to open those factory doors, to let the taxpayers, through the media, to see what's happening in there. I don't think there's anything to hide. I've been in there.
Assemblyman Ray Walter, a Republican, says it's not just Buffalo's Solar City factory.
The entire economic development, program that the governor has been running has not been transparent at all. We need to do a better job in the state legislature to hold them accountable.
There's been a push for reforms, like a public database of deals that spells out state subsidies, who gets them, and the jobs created.
You can't have accountability without transparency.
State Comptroller Thomas DiNapoli is pushing for procurement reforms that would give his office back oversight of certain contracts.
I think everybody has the same interest, making sure that money is being spent appropriately, that we're getting the return on the investment.
As for Solar City Tesla, a big return on a big public investment is what everyone is waiting to see. We are working hard to make beneficial use of the state's investment, a Tesla spokesperson recently stated.
We all bought into the optimism of we're going to have roofing shingles that are going to make solar, and we want that to work.
We have all of our eggs in the Tesla basket right now, and that basket is on very shaky ground.
A Tesla spokesperson says the company has always billed the Buffalo facility as a slow, gradual buildup, and that the company is ahead of its job creation and economic impact goals outlined by the state. The spokesperson also hinted that the company is considering a media tour of the Buffalo factory. We'll keep you posted. Luke Moretti, News 4.
All right, thank you, Luke. And if you have a tip that you would like News 4 to investigate, you can call our tip line. That number is 879-4847. Or you